Hello everyone! Thank you so much for coming to this video. In this video, I'll be reacting to the early uploads from the YouTube channel, The Game Theorists, and I'm a huge fan of their work. I hope that you're also a huge fan of their work as well. Do just drop over there and say hello. If you do like my videos, please consider to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. And comment down below if you have anything to share with us. This video that I'm reacting to right now is from 2011, so I'm pretty sure it's like around a decade ago, around 10 years ago, I think. 2011. Let's go.
Nintendo has been part of a cover-up since 1993, and we're more stupider as a result. This week, the truth.
Sorry.
Nintendo has been part of a cover-up since 1993, and we're
OMFG, sushi!
more stupider as a result. This
What I'm about to tell you is gonna change your life forever. Are you really sure you want to know it? It's a hand! It's
week,
a puppet.
the truth. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. We didn't invent the word truthiness, but by golly gosh, we believe in it. Have you ever played Star Fox? Chances are it's made you dumber. The game is just one big lie.
What? Okay, so if you don't know the reference, right? The cake is a lie is a reference, it's a gaming reference. You can go search it up. The cake is a lie.
It all boils down to one thing. Team Star Fox sucks at flying. Let's look at the facts.
Do a barrel roll!
Peppy Hare tells us in the closing minutes of the first level, and like obedient puppies, we follow his orders, pressing Z or R twice, joyfully seeing our ship spin like a top, deflecting all incoming lasers. And so we barrel roll our way through the Lilat system, past Starwolf on Fortuna, past Andross on Venom. So impressed were we with this little catchphrase
Do a barrel! Press
that we make it into one of gaming's most recognizable memes. Even Google got in on the act. Do a barrel roll! Do a barrel roll! Do a f***ing barrel roll indeed. Peppy Hare is a lying bastard. This isn't a barrel roll.
What? Seriously?
Not even close. It's called an aileron roll. If this show had any budget, I'd demonstrate the difference by hopping in a plane with an expert pilot, probably including some comedic routine where I was made sick by the G-forces created. Instead, you get some
the
Mythbusters
Mythbusters.
footage
I
and a
love that
couple of
show.
still images. So you know the shape of DNA, the double helix pattern? Imagine a plane following the path of one helical strand. Or maybe you've ridden a roller coaster with a corkscrew, it's the same thing. That is the true meaning of a barrel roll.
Really?
If there's another plane doing a complementary helix, it becomes a rolling scissor. The purpose of a real barrel roll is to slow the relative forward motion of the plane without changing direction, causing an attacker in the rear to fly ahead, which is called overshooting. The aileron roll, meanwhile, is exactly like in the game. The plane rotates around its longitudinal axis without leaving its linear path.
Wow, that's impressive.
In combat situations, it's useless. So here we are. We've been made to look like fools. Our prank calls to C-SPAN were for naught.
In Iraq, everyone was getting barrel rolled.
Oh, sure, I guess do a barrel roll is a lot more catchy than do an aileron roll. But unless this show miraculously gets thousands more viewers, many young gamers will grow up to be the laughing stock of their aviation schools. Tragic. But the lies don't stop there. During the dogfight missions, you have the ability to escape an attacker by performing this move. The game humiliates our intelligence by naming it a U-turn. The maneuver is actually called an Immelman turn, where a pilot makes a half loop upwards, followed by a half roll, resulting in the plane being above the attacker and headed in the opposite direction. This is not to be confused with the split S, which is basically the downward equivalent of the Immelman.
Wait, how did he know all this? He did a lot of research. I love Star Fox, only played GameCube
Now,
version.
players of Star Fox, myself
Nerd.
included, would think that this U-turn
Haha, made you turn your head. Come on! Come on!
would make an excellent tactical move considering it works so well when Wolf, Leon, and Pigma refuse to get off our asses, but frankly, it's not. The Immelman turn results in a considerable amount of speed loss, making a plane an easy target for an air-to-air missile. Even the more advanced half-Cuban 8, a speed-increasing maneuver that takes the Immelman and ends it with a nose dip back to the plane's original altitude, doesn't solve the problem. So now we have a second example that we're controlling a flying team with zero understanding of the basic maneuvers and how to use them properly. They're doing stuff that in a normal dogfight would get them killed. Star Fox seems to be a game of high-speed, high-intensity spaceflight, but that's just what they want you to think. Look at this. It's the last of the game's 3 advanced moves. The somersault, which in real life is just called a loop. The first rule of Air Combat 101 is to avoid movements in a purely
just grabbing air.
horizontal or vertical plane of motion so as to disorient an attacker. Star Fox's quote-unquote strategic somersault ignores all that. But taking it further, one of the basic concepts of mid-air dogfighting is the trading of potential energy, or in this case altitude, with kinetic energy, or airspeed. I'll try to explain. As a plane climbs higher, it's fighting against gravity, exchanging some of its kinetic airspeed energy for potential height energy. When a pilot decides to descend, he's working with gravity, thus increasing his airspeed or kinetic energy at a faster rate. As a result of this energy transfer, a fighter jet's movement takes place not in a 3-dimensional sphere where any movement is equally likely, but rather inside what's called a tactical egg, where upward and downward movements are affected by these gravitational principles.
I'm pretty sure the audience that are watching this video right now doesn't even know that, right? Unless you have watched this video before. But wow, that's a lot of knowledge. That's a lot of educational knowledge.
How's all this relate to Star Fox? Look at the loop. It's a perfect circle. If you don't believe me, time it. The loop takes 3 seconds, exactly 1.5 seconds going up and coming down, which means that they're totally ignoring the physical principles of the tactical egg. The only explanation for this would be that they're going at an incredibly slow speed and braking while descending in the second half of the loop. In other words, they're not flying for their lives. They're not pushing the limits of their machine. Quite the contrary, it's practically a leisure flight. So let's review. No one on the Star Fox team knows the difference between an aileron roll and a barrel roll, despite it being one of the first moves taught in basic aerobatics courses. The Immelman turn, which is the fanciest move in their repertoire and the one that they rely on in open-air combat, realistically just makes a plane an easier target. And the fact that the loop ignores basic principles of gravity shows that they're in no big hurry. The saddest truth of all, though, is that these 3 moves are all reserved for air shows. Definitely not during life-or-death dogfights.
Aww, it's so cute. It's like a small puppy and a huge dog. It's like it's like a smaller person next to me. It's like, aww, so cute.
Nintendo's Space Aces are really just a bunch of flight school rejects. But is it really all that surprising? I mean, would actual pilots want this guy as part of their team?
Whoa! Help me!
I didn't think so. Do an aileron roll. Yeah, that's never catching on.
Let's just show one more time, the bunny.
Never catching on.
Sorry.
I didn't think so. Do an aileron roll. Yeah, that's never catching on. Can't say I didn't try, though. Anyway, it's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Don't learn how to fly from video games. Don't get to Star Fox. High flying over Canada. Wow! Mind bro, I feel Awesome! So, well, the more you know. There's a lot of education knowledge.